Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Guys, you can see by the thumbnail what we've bought, Audi Q5. It is far too big to go on the back of my truck, so luckily the guy has arranged for delivery to our yard. So he's about 10 minutes away. I've just got in the van this morning. We're going to head to the yard and we'll pick up as soon as we get there. Here it is, guys. First one we've had on the channel, and actually the first one either of us have ever owned. Audi Q5 S-Line. 2015 65. It's possibly a 16. I must admit I haven't quite looked yet. Chris is already rummaging through pretending to have a look how good it is, but we know he's just after the loose change that's available in it.
No, I was just looking for the locking wheel nut key, that's all.
Was you really though?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Even with that grin on your face. If you happen to find any money on the way.
Well, that's right.
So this was it, guys. It is an uninsured loss. The guy has asked us not to mention why. I'm sure you can all make your own assumptions and speculations, yeah, but it's not something we're going to elaborate on. But a really, really nice car, obviously apart from the damage. Let's have a little quick look round. It seems like every car we get lately has got the parcel shelf missing.
Yeah, and the locking wheel nut key.
Electric opening and closing boot lid, which is nice. It was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's got no dents around it. I can see a bit of bush rash there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll all polish out.
Won't open that door.
No, I should have actually looked inside before we get to the damage, Chris. Sorry. I'm walking around in circles here. So it is a manual, which is a shame. But it's lovely, lovely mileage. Can you see that there? 54,000 miles. So a very, very nice car, lovely leather in it, got all the toys on it. And I told you, I think this was well worth the money.
No airbag damage,
no
which is nice.
airbag damage. So the impact, would you say a pole?
Looks
lamp
like
post,
it, doesn't it?
something like that.
Yeah, it does look something like that.
I don't think it's hit another car because there's no colouring on it
no.
at all, is there? So highly likely a lamppost, and it is
quite
just
localised bit of damage.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But the chassis leg, I mean, it looks perfect, doesn't it? But everything there is pushed back, touching the engine.
It is.
But he has said to me, he run it, the recovery guy, he run it and drove it on the back of his truck.
Well, that's good news then, isn't it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have actually even attempted to start it, would you?
Well.
Look how close it all is.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice car, isn't it?
It actually don't look that bad because that obviously went right in and now it's popped out. But the headlight,
surprising no bag's gone off in that. Screen's okay as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
And it hasn't, yeah. The headlights, look, got the repair screws on them.
Oh, that's good news.
And they don't look broken.
No.
That one there has got a few scratches on it I was just looking at, but should all polish out.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
Yeah, new lug kits.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm quite pleased with this one.
I'm not even sure what CC it is, Chris, to be honest. I should think it's probably a 2.5 or 3 litre, isn't it?
Yeah, nice looking car, that. Yeah, it would have been too heavy for your truck, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It is lovely. It's another manual. People I know do prefer it. I think I'm being a bit biased because I do love an auto now, but...
all good on the car vertical?
Actually, there is something on there. There is one little thing on there. It's not recorded, so it's not salvage, but there is a bit of an issue on there. So I'll show you that. And should we get this inside?
I think so, yeah, because it's the same thing, isn't it? We need to strip it, make a list, start finding parts.
Yeah, definitely. Well, when he mentioned it to me, I did flick through eBay. There's quite a few bits on there, so hopefully we can get them. I'll show you that thing on car vertical and then we'll pull it inside.
We'll do that in the warm though.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds lovely. I might have to go back a little bit, mate. It doesn't matter, it's all right there for now. I should imagine that's quite heavy, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Sounds beautiful. And nothing's rubbing, which is unbelievable.
That is. That is.
Right, straight on to stripping it out then?
I think so. I think we'll shut the door, get the fire alight, because
it is bitter today, yeah.
It's a bit chilly, isn't it?
Right, let's do it, mate. Look at them headlights.
Oh, good.
Hopefully they save, Chris, because they look expensive.
They look a lump of money,
don't they? They do, don't they? Right, let's get it stripped out. I'm excited about this one. So you will hear a bit of snap, crackle and pop in the background there. As promised, Chris is currently lighting the fire. Theft okay, accidents okay, all clearly highlighted there in green. Guys, if there was an issue when you do your check on car vertical, that will always come up amber, and further down in the check it will explain why it's come up with an amber warning on that vehicle. But there was something on this particular check that I actually come straight out and I was like, that's not right. So it definitely does want looking into, but we're not actually worried about it. So the vehicle is a 15, May 2015, and you've got all your service schedules on here as well. So these will be dealer inputs: 0317, 0518, that's an MOT test, more maintenance there, 0618. I'm not going to go through them all. All of your MOT advisories will also come up on there. Stolen vehicle check performed in the United Kingdom, Romania, Czech Republic, Sweden, just to name a few. And here is the issue that we come up with, Chris.
Go on, mate.
So, 7th 2021.
Yep.
And I believe that is actually an MOT.
Right.
45,739.
Yeah.
And then only 2 months later, I'm not even sure it'd be physically possible unless you drove the vehicle constantly for 2 months.
Right.
It increased there to 68,952.
Yep.
And then just along on the 12th 2021, there was a mileage input of 50,700, which is a service, and then it's gone up 53. So you can see it's all going up in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then now there's a great big spike in it, but it does actually say possible odometer entry mistake.
Human error.
Human error. And I've got absolutely no qualms with that being like that.
Yeah.
I will get that rectified. So scrolling a little bit further down on this check, you've got your valuation there, which is absolutely amazing considering what we just paid for that vehicle.
Yeah.
It's another one, I think, if we had to, worst way, go down the route of the dealer, we would still come out with a nice profit for the company on that one.
Yep.
Right down the bottom here, you've got all your specs and equipment. And of course, you've got your 9 helpful tips and tricks of things to check when you're doing your must-do check when purchasing a vehicle. Guys, to benefit from a 10% discount off your check, always use our code SR10. The link is in the description, or you can use that code in any browser. Chris got cracking there, and there's quite a lot of nuts and bolts. The bumper bar, I wasn't sure was actually going to come off that easy because of the bend in it. I thought it'd be under quite a lot of pressure, but it didn't. We managed to slip it straight out. Chris is continuing on there, but it has touched the bottom, yes, but it is at the top, and it's just leaned it all back, hasn't it? It is all front panel, so crash bar.
Crash limiter, so crash limiter's done what it's designed to do, isn't it?
Exactly.
I haven't got my mic on, Rob. So.
No, I've got it right near you. It is a mess when you're stripping these, but it is nice because we don't have anything's damaged behind there, like on the front of the engine. And if it is, and you end up ordering a front end for it, you're going to be held up on that part. So we're just going to continue on. Don't ever throw any of these bits away. Until this car is complete, we don't throw anything away. We will literally keep everything.
Yeah, you should mention we have ton bags, old ton bags that we save up, don't we?
We do, yeah.
And we fill them up.
And also
it's little nuts and bolts and screws and
little clips for the pipes
attached to bits of
yeah, literally keep everything until you're completely done. And Chris has managed to grab these container pots, so we've started actually using those, and you can keep each vehicle in those pots. You can see we've got a few stacked up. There is some good news as well. He's actually pulled the headlights right out, as you can see. And this one, it's still got the lug on it, and you can see the hole there to have a lug put on this. There's sliders on the bottom of it, so no lugs apart from that one there that's still complete, and that one there's still complete. So we got, that is good, because we're just going to need a lug repair kit for both of those headlights, and I should imagine they are very, very expensive. So let's just continue on until we get all of this stripped out. Looking, mate,
quite lucky, I think, there, Rob. Two things we're lucky on, really. Doesn't seem to be any chassis damage whatsoever.
Completely missed it.
All on that crash limiter, so that was good. But we've been very lucky there, haven't we? I mean, we've not run it yet, and we're not going to run it again. And I think, had we known that, we wouldn't have run it at all, would we?
No, I mean, we only run it to drive it in.
It is possible that this cam sprocket has damaged, but or the belt maybe, but we're going to take that cover off and see. But how lucky is that it didn't shred that belt?
Yeah,
I only would have took a piece of plastic or a piece of metal, wouldn't it, to run against that.
And like we said, where it was hit there, it's actually missed all of this. You can see these brackets are still straight, but actually go up and down. I had to unbolt the front panel from them. Chris, I do quite often say in a video, oh, we got lucky with this one, oh, we got lucky there. But if that ain't luck, I don't know what is. That, we was not expecting that, so we're lucky it didn't snap the cam belt.
Yeah, look, I can see a bit more behind there now.
Yeah, it's just the cover though. But yeah, we don't know until we delve in and look further.
Well, we will have to put a new belt on it at the very least.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's not it's an easy one to do by the look of it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
but that is pretty much, that is a lovely bolt together repair, isn't it? Yeah, you might have some tweaking to do on the wing brackets, etc. But apart from that, it looks good. And no need to take the bonnet off on this one. It's still sitting there and covering it all up nice, isn't it?
Yeah, until we got the bits, really.
Even like these pipes, nothing looks damaged.
No.
All the water hoses are fine, aren't they?
Yeah.
Header tank, the little return pipe on it, everything looks okay. Even the front panel was sitting against this airbox, and I thought, well, that's all going to be broken behind there. But it looks like it's just that plastic pipe.
Yeah.
Where it's leaned on it. So overall, pretty chuffed with this one.
It does look like it's the backing that's broken as well there, Rob, which is going to mean
everything's off.
Full strip down, doesn't it, to get a new rear cover on.
Oh yeah, I'll see, yeah. It's got bits of it missing and it's broken there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a shame as well, but it is what it is.
But it can have a new belt. What's the miles on this one?
54,000?
Probably not due then, but it can have a new belt and sprockets, can't it, at the same time?
Definitely. Oh mate, I'm well chuffed. Well chuffed.
We take that lower cover off, make sure there's no tiny little bits in there, and then we will run it just to see if
there's any play in that way.
Any movement anywhere.
Any movement. Yeah.
But yeah, dodged a bullet there, I think.
Mate, honestly, definitely. This is
thing
really...
is, if this car didn't run, we would have probably still had a go at it, wouldn't we, and bought it.
Yeah, definitely, for the money.
And that would have then been an engine rebuild or new engine, if that had gone. So,
yeah, really happy. And you can see there's no damage on it, is there? There's no damage on the chassis legs.
No.
Even the... I mean, I know it's crazy, but even the wheel arch liners are not damaged, are they?
Yeah.
So we're going to need to buy a complete front panel for it, because I don't think any of this survived. And if it did, it's false economy. You can see that's knackered. that one there's not making any noise. You could probably use it again, but the chances of someone selling you one of them is highly unlikely. So it is pretty much, the whole front end is made up of that front panel.
It is,
so
yeah.
I need
front panel, rad pack and front bumper we need, don't we?
Yeah, I need to get on the interweb, but before I do that, I'm going to give Eddie a call, see what he's got front end wise for it.
Yep, good idea.
And then in the meantime, I think also we'll have a bit of a clear up and get that under tray off, because that is still bolted on underneath and it is hanging down on the floor. But overall, I definitely think there is a chance, because there's no airbag damage, Chris, I think there is a chance, if they did claim off their insurance on this, they quite possibly would have repaired it.
They're always a bit funny if they see any slight damage on the engine.
Mechanical.
They just, they don't want to take the risk, do they?
Yeah, there is that, I suppose. But
Quite
parts-wise, I mean...
But no, parts-wise, it would still be an economical repair buying all that brand new, probably.
Yeah.
Although I do imagine that that front panel and that front bumper, with all them bits of plastic, to buy all that new would be quite spiteful, I'd have thought.
Let's sit down, have a cup of coffee, give Eddie a quick call and see what he's got for it. Actually, just cleared up, had a bit of lunch, and I've been doing a bit of ringing around and looking online, and it's looking very, very positive for this, Chris, isn't it? For the parts.
Very
I
good.
don't actually think this one's going to be sticking around too long. It all looks quite straightforward and easy to get. Have you got the key there?
Yep.
Chris is going to fire it up briefly. Now it's all stripped out. We've got a tray there because we know it's going to spit out a little bit of water that's in the system. But we just wanted we've double checked that there's no plastic in there. We wanted to run it up and just make sure everything here was running freely and there weren't no wobbling in any of it. So, ready when you are, mate. We'll put the charger on it first, I think. Bit flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's chuck the charger on and we'll try again. An epic foul, Chris, because I forgot to put the charger on.
Well, I wouldn't call it epic, but
no,
you know,
definitely a bit of a foul there. We've put the booster on it. I'm going to turn that off.
all right.
You can actually jump out and have a look if you want. It's straight as anything.
I can watch a video back.
Yeah. Do you want to do it just once more, and I want to go all the way around it?
You was going to turn the booster off once it starts, though, Rob.
I wasn't I? Sorry, mate. My bad. Go on. Perfect. We wasn't actually 100% sure if it was going to start with without the intercooler, but of course that was snapped off in actually down this end and had quite a large dent in it anyway, so got no problems with that whatsoever. That engine sounds, I am going to chuck that battery back on charge just for 5 minutes. No problems with that engine at all. We need to get those covers swapped out. We'll do a cam belt service on it, and like I just said, the bits are available, so we can crack straight on with this one. It's not going to be sitting around very long, is it?
Just got to see what Eddie's got.
We have, yep, we have. I have left Eddie a message to see if he's got any front end parts. So it always helps if he has. He has normally got the bumpers, hasn't he? So we'll see how we get on. Got anything to add, mate?
No, really pleased with this one because it's going to be a very straightforward
nut and bolt.
Nut and bolt, yeah. I think, you know, wings and bonnet.
Hopefully no body work for you. That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
That's right.
So
it'll be
yeah.
Build it back up and get it to the paint shop, won't it?
Definitely. Overall, very, very chuffed with this one. And of course, it will surprise you all when we do the numbers. I think this was a steal. Well, Eddie got back to me and come up trumps once again. Something really interesting, he told me. That front crash bar.
Right.
What do you reckon that's off? You're going to say Q5, ain't you?
Well,
or
A5, I guess.
A5, A4. It's off a Porsche.
That's mad, isn't it?
It's off a Porsche Cayenne.
Really? Same platform then?
Exactly the same. Unbelievable. He said the crash boxes might be slightly different, that bolts to.
So we need one of those, don't
we? Do need one, because our left-hand one's okay, but the right-hand one's...
Then, Rob.
Chris, we got a new whiteboard up there. I know everyone kept saying about it, but it was always in the back of our mind to put it up. We had it for quite a while, so it is handy now to have all the parts on. So started collecting parts for this one already. I'm just going to get online and just pull the trigger and buy everything else we need, so that in the next video we can actually start putting this car back together. Absolutely love when we buy cars like this. Not only is it cracking content, quick turnaround, it is all nice, straightforward, easy work that we can do in a nice warm workshop, and it is literally nuts and bolts, parts, undo everything, stick everything back on and do it up. I know I've said it 3 or 4 times throughout this video. We are genuinely really happy with that car and the price we paid for it, and undoing it and seeing the only surprise we actually see was that cam belt cover, and that was lovely to see. It was just that. It's still a bit of extra work, but it is what it is, mate, isn't it? You'd rather see that than a load of chopped up wires and a smashed aircon pump, and that is normally what it is. Guys, that is going to be the end of the video today on part 1 on the Audi Q5. Hopefully you all did enjoy it. If you do, hit that thumbs up. If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us there at Salvage Rebuilds. Follow Chris's one at Salvage Rebuilds Chris. Like, subscribe, share on all your social networking sites, and we'll see you very, very soon for the next one.